Hey there, I know what you're thinking. You're late to the party. Yes, 3 years late. This game that I found is super fun, but yet super frustrating. It's Super Auto Pets. The game is a roguelike with RNG mechanics. Each time you fail, you get a new run, a new setup, random items, let it be animals, pets, or items, mostly consisting food. And the most part that I didn't know was some of the things that I needed to know to finally win the game. The game is super fun, yet super frustrating because I didn't know few of the mechanics of the game. Now you can ask yourself, what mechanics of the game did you didn't understood? It's a couple of things that I really didn't understand once I started playing the game. Now this is my run, Super Auto Pets, and this whole point of the video is just to showcase the team that I went with and those that I unfortunately lost along the way to become a champion. As you can tell, I'm voicing over my run because at this point I was already frustrated and tired, and I knew a couple things about the game, and one thing I really knew is that I needed Bunny and I needed Penguin. Those two were the top animals or pets, excuse me, to use throughout the run. Reason why is because each of them have like a set of skill that allows other animals to buff up. By buff up, I mean in health wise. And the total run went 17 tries within 6 hours. You could tell I was already frustrated with my mouse movement. My mouse movement was just so everywhere. It was so frustrating because the whole entire time I could do it, and I know I could do it, but the problem was it's RNG. It's a roguelike game. What do you expect, right? So throughout the entire time I was getting bad rolls, bad rolls, and then it was until this point that I figured out that you don't really want to go with your favorite pet. You kind of want to go, you know, skill wise. What skill does each pet have, and how can you use it in a way to benefit other animals? Which I get and I understand, but it was like, come on dude, I want to go with my fish, but I couldn't. So anywho, the fish was pretty useful, as well as the other pets right now, because with the fish it would level up not just itself but also other animals, the other pets. And it was fun. It was really fun because I enjoyed fish, and as you can see, by leveling up you also can get like I believe a tier class higher of what you are. So then you would have like the elephant. In my case, he's the tank. The elephant is the tank. Unfortunately, because of its skill, it harms my other pet behind him. So him attacking will also mean, yeah, he would also harm my fish. For every turn he attacks, and it's annoying. And if you didn't know how to match well with animals, you kind of were at a loss. At this point, I knew kind of an idea what each animals had, so I had other animals in mind, but they don't appear at the moment. So I just had to suffer with elephant and fishy. And those two were the top. See, again, I got another link tree of animal group, so I was able to focus. And I sold my fish. Yeah. Unfortunately, I needed to get the dolphin to get what its skill base, which attacks the animal with the less HP for 4 damage. Yeah. Yeah, it was rough. It was really rough at this point. There we go. And Peacock is so useful throughout with the whole strat with elephant and Peacock. And see, I got a level 1. There we go. Everything just started aligning together what I needed for then I could win the trophy to become a champion. I don't know. And by selling pigeon, I was able to get a stack of 1 attack, and I would give it to, I believe, elephant to give him a little bit more of a umph when he's attacking. Yeah. Camel is really good too. really, really good. And I would say he pairs up really well with Elephant, because for every turn Elephant attacks, Camel is then hurt, and because of his skill, every time he get hurt, he would give the friend, the pet behind him, a boost of stats. Yeah. And throughout my whole entire run, I noticed all these other players also had hats, which was pretty like cute, but I was like, it's not for me, because what I really want to do is just win and be done with it. Because the game looks super cute, and look, Bunny is so important. Bunny is life, because for every meal that a animal consumes, Bunny skill set, or her skill, will allow the animal to get a +1, depending on what level you had, of health. Yep. And for the entire time, I figured her as a mage. She is the mage. And the reason why I wanted her early with Penguin is to have that increase of stats. So every time, and level 2 and a Penguin, unfortunately, because I always, I didn't think, I didn't freeze it. And the thing is, they don't really pretty much tell you about freeze. And to me, I kind of look away from freeze because I didn't use it and I forgot I had it. But the whole point with freeze is it would freeze the animal or item for 1 turn, or for how many turns you have it, and you could then purchase for the next round. I forgot about it, and because of that, I fumbled with the Penguin early. Like this is the 3rd cup or whatever. I got Penguin, and I got Penguin again. So it was super. Yeah, and I had to sell Dolphin. Dolphin was really good. However, in late runs with my previous runs, Dolphin wasn't that great. Yes, he's very useful. He's very he clutches up. However, I didn't need that. What I needed was tanks, and I believe I sold Peacock for Penguin and Hippo, because Peacock is good. However, it doesn't has that survivability. Peacock only really thrives when, and I got Penguin. Penguin's so goated because a level 2 I have right now would be buffed by Penguin, not only by health but also by damage. So that's why I had and +1. There we go. And then that's how I started moving along my pathway. And again, the Penguin was, in my case, like the Warlock. Like anyone that's +2, you get a bonus effect. Your stats boosted. And I'm like, oh dude, that's so useful. And especially an early run like this, like, oh dude, super useful. But as I was saying before, Peacock only really worked in a case that he could survive, and in most cases it's not a lot, because in my other runs I'd be queued up with people with the most insane setup of pets. Like I would just go into I would queue up and I'd be matched up with some dude with a dog with 32 attack, 47 health, and I'm confused, like, wait, what just happened? At other runs, I'd be attacked by a gator with some boosted stats that I don't know how they reach that high, and I get destroyed. And in Peacock, for every runs I ran with it, Peacock failed me, unfortunately. And here I'm deciding if I wanted to level up too, which I should, but not yet. So I freeze the Penguin, and again I always forget that mechanic. And I'm like, why isn't this in a part of a tutorial or anything? And that happens. And I was able to save a copy of Penguin. Hopefully for the next run I could get another copy of Penguin and get a level 2, so I could then, boost up my level 2. And see, with Hippo is another great, fantastic tank. And the thing is, throughout my run, I've learned that tanks are useful, but you kind of want to be like, you want to beef them up. You want to pump all the food, energy, whatever you have into the tanks where they could, you know, survive. Because my other runs, oh, I got Gator too here. Gator is so useful, and I didn't knew or how well is the saving or you know, freeze. So I froze pretty much everyone in the entire group because a camo, hippo, and 2 gators, dude, it's solid. But unfortunately, I didn't save the hippo. To get it to level 3 or 2, I can't remember. Level 3, right? But yeah, that's how I was going at it. That's how I figured I should go, because with other style of strategy with super auto pets, it's really difficult for me to get a good grasp of it. There's the summoning strat, like they could, you know, summon relentless amount of animal, but at the end they usually become like fathered, so it wouldn't really work well with me because I would get the pets, but I wouldn't get the other pet to really solidify that that strategy. I would either use dog or shark for the summon effect or for the fathered effect. So for each death of a pet, I would get a boost stat for the shark, which is super useful at some stages of the game. But it didn't work well with me, so I couldn't really work with it. And see, the same strat with me and this dude, crazy. And Penguin was able to, you know, get the win. I was happy about that. But it reached to a point that I needed to let go. And with my last apple, I knew who had to go. It was one of the best animals in my entire run. Not only, you know, helpful for my animals, but also, like, you know, so useful. And it was Bunny. I had to get rid of Bunny. It was so useful, so unique too. Her style, her skill. But I needed more muscle. And unfortunately, I just had it at this point, 7-10. I had to think more offensively instead of, you know, buffs and debuffs. And unfortunately, this was not the run. This match that I queued up with Gator was not the one. It was like, oh god, no! I should have kept Bunny, but I didn't. I was like, we gotta power through. And yeah, but now we got a level 2 Gator. And what I didn't know is that Penguin can only boost stats for level 2, but for only 2 pets. And I wasn't aware of that. So it would be like he would scattered boost, you know, buffs over here and buffs over there, but not the buffs that I really wanted. And that's like all level 2s. But it is what it is. Yeah, unfortunately, Gator didn't got any buffs, so that's, yeah. And Gator is at a worse position because occasionally, sometimes, some pets would have like a skill that it would attack the end, the pet that it's at the very end of the line will get hurt. And he's tanky too. Gator, his skills is pretty good. And if you've noticed, look at Hippo. Hippo's so beefy, dude. And the other animal that I really wanted to look or see if it's possible to get was Tiger. Tiger is super useful because of his skill. However, it's very hard to get him. And I luckily got him in a normal roll, because my other runs I would have like a good setup, and I unfortunately rolled away the Tiger. Anywho, I was mentioning Tiger's really useful. Tiger's skill set allows not only like a good setup, but also his buff is just great. It's so good. All right, who is this? Oh gosh, yeah. And again, with me just, you know, unfocused, some of my choices and decisions weren't the best. Like that last round, I could have tigered, but I didn't. And it was a big missed opportunity. I should have froze it, but again, I was not thinking with my head. And we got tiger again. But do you think if I get it? I froze it this time. Actually remembering it. Because if I had him before, I would at least have a level 1 with 1 point. I just needed one more to have a level 2, which I probably would have gotten. Oh yeah. And this is my favorite portion of the game, where you just see like numbers just increasing at this end of the stage. Look at how crazy Kangaroo got. The numbers just keep going insane, and I'm pretty sure they locked the number at 50. I know because some dude attack level went up to 50, like, oh my god, and I got wiped. Yeah. And I had to say goodbye to Penguin, one of the best skill pet to have early on too. So as you can see, my hippo and my elephant are ridiculously buff. Ridiculously, dude. It's ridiculously buff, and I'm very happy because I know they could take it. They could take any hit that comes to them. The only one that I had a couple the one pet that I was worried is Camel, because Camel is taking, you know, not only damage from elephant, but he could also possibly take damage from other animals such as Rhino. If you see, Rhino has like Rhino has like chili powder that not only attacks elephant but also Camel. It's really useful. And with Tiger, all of Hippo's effect is boosted, and with that, I won. I won. That's all I did. I did it. I was very happy. I did it, and it was all because thanks to Bunny and Penguin. Both of those two really set up the team, and I was so happy, so happy. And again, this is just to showcase them. I love them.